So I want to shed light on this hidden ingredient that you're probably missing in your recovery from burnout, exhaustion, fatigue, overwhelm, even anxiety and depression, because ultimately you're doing a lot of things to combat that. You're researching, you're taking supplements, you're active, you're doing positive mindset work, you're seeing doctors, you're taking tests, you're doing a lot of different things, and ultimately you're having challenges potentially with getting better and not feeling overwhelmed and ultimately having the energy recovery that you're looking for. And that secret ingredient really has to do with connectivity or bonding. Martin Seligman, he's a famous psychologist that did a happiness study, and they studied people for 80 years. And what they found out, which had the highest correlation with positive health, was social bonding, relationships. And really, we're creatures of bonding. We need togetherness. And I'll tell you what, I struggle with that a lot. As a kid, I had a divorced, split family at a very young age. Don't remember my parents together. And unfortunately, my mother had an alcohol problem, which impacted me, and I was very impressionable, and I would withdraw. And whenever I would have frustration, or I would have anger, or wanted to communicate, what I would do is I would go and isolate and remove myself. And perhaps you do that as well. And I continue to do that. And I'm aware of it, and I've gotten lots of therapy for it to understand that when you're, hey, Joel, when you're frustrated and you are unable to, I have to watch myself so I don't get hit by a car here. Got buses turning and I'm talking. But anyways, very important subject. So when you're struggling and you're fatigued and you're exhausted and you're hurting and you're frustrated and you don't know where to turn, you got to realize that unfortunately is a double-edged sword. Meaning, while you may not be showing your code of vulnerability, you are drinking the poison yourself, unfortunately, and expecting someone else to get sick by it. And what I mean by that is you're cutting your nose off to spite your face. So all of these sayings is you are not unloading the inner turmoil that you are feeling. You have a buildup like a stress pot pressure cooker that needs a release valve. And that release valve comes with social contact, comes with bonding, comes with sharing your vulnerability, comes with being real and authentic and asking for help and having integrity. It really means having integrity, meaning you could do all this research and you could see all these things, and as a coach and a doctor and a parent, you can, and a spouse, you can teach these things to other people. But if you're not applying them to yourself, then you're lacking integrity. And a lot of the times that's what's missing. So I just wanted to give you that reminder on a weekend when it's time to be grateful and celebrate and count your blessings and be aware that there's a bigger entity out there that bonds us together, and being able to slow down and unplug and unwind, but really looking within and saying, hey, am I reaching out? Have I shared my pain? Am I frustrated? Am I sad? Am I depressed? Because chances are there's a lot of people out there like you, and ultimately there's also those same people that if you ask them, hey, would you help your fellow man if they were feeling that way and they wanted your ear to lean on for you to listen to, have someone to listen to you, or would you do that for someone else? And they would say, absolutely, I would do that. Well, then look in the mirror and answer the question, why wouldn't you do that for yourself? Because ultimately it comes to loving yourself, being proud of yourself, knowing that you're enough, knowing that you deserve to be happy and successful and fulfilled, and being able to have a community so that you can be there for them, but also equally and sometimes even more importantly, they can be there for you. So hopefully that made a lot of sense. And you know what, if you're struggling and you need someone to talk to or hear you or just be a soundboard and not really give you any of their opinions, whether it's constructive or not, just to hear you and say, you're gonna be okay, I understand, thank you for sharing, I'm that person. So DM me, because ultimately I want to make a better world, a happier world, a more energized world, and it starts with you.